Today's video is about something truly disturbing, food scandal in China. Have you ever seen a starving animal turn down food? Yes, me neither, until now. First up, this monkey, sniffing the sauce, think about it, and say, nah, I'd rather starve. When even a monkey refused free food, you know something's up. Next, a dog, same reactions. Another dog, excited for barbecues, until it's stuffed. Owner begs him, come on, just one bite, give me some face. Nope, denied it. Even the cat, easily the most opportunistic of eaters, treat the sausages like a toy instead of food. Still thinks it's just picky eaters? Let's try sweets. Here's a strange dog offers cake. Walk away. Is the noodle? Mooncakes? A whole pack of hungry dogs won't touch them. How much chemicals garbage is in this stuff? But this isn't just a case of filthy animals. Since the pandemic lockdown in China, the food industry has taken a turn for the worse. Enter pre-prepared dishes, meals that are 80 to 90% cooked in advance, stored in sealed bags, and then reheated for takeout and even restaurant service. Sounds convenient, right? Well, that's the catch. This package can last over a year. What kind of fresh food survives that long? And it's not just the monkeys' bros turning up their nose. Here's a stray dog refusing leftovers from a delivery meal. Why? Because the food is not just microwave. It's mass-produced in factories, pumped full of preservatives, and barely resembles anything natural. Just when you thought food scandals couldn't get any weirder, fake eggs are here to prove you wrong. Yeah, you heard that right. Fake eggs. Apparently, even something as simple as cracking an egg can turn into a plot twist worthy of a TV drama. Let's take a look. In this clip, a guy cracks open an egg only to find the yolk splitting apart in a way that screams not normal. Honestly, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if a tiny alien popped out. But wait, it gets better, or worse, depending on how you look at it. This person cracked open a whole bunch of eggs, and surprise, every single one is fake. The yolk and egg whites are mixed together like some weird science experiment. And if you're still holding on to hope that at least boiled eggs are safe, prepare to be disappointed. Fake boiled eggs have yolks that bounce like ping pong balls. Yeah, I wish I was kidding. Finally, we have fake fried eggs, where the yolk just refuses to cook, no matter how long you wait. It's like it missed the memo on how eggs are supposed to work. Morals of the story? Maybe skip buying eggs from roadside vendors, unless you're in the mood for a mystery snack.
This video explains how artificial eggs are manufactured and how fake salted dog eggs are made for mooncakes. Designed to last months without spoiling. If that doesn't scream chemical overload, I don't know what does. But wait, it gets worse. Even fresh beef, yes, real meat, is getting rejected. This dog sniffs, thinks hard, and says, I'll pass. Perhaps it's fake beef. Ever wondered how fake beef is made? This video breaks down the entire process, from questionable ingredients to the final product that somehow looks like real meat. If the video above didn't turn your stomach, this one dives deeper. It exposes how fake meat is processed and enhanced to look convincing. At the supermarket entrance, a woman actually set up a hot pot on the spot to cook the remaining pack of beef slices. Her unusual move quickly attracted a crowd of curious onlookers. After cooking the beef, she handed out pieces to the people gathered around. This girl says, "After eating it, everyone threw up. We all felt that this wasn't meat at all. It completely shattered our idea of what meat should taste like. I'm not even going to argue if it's beef or not. It's just not meat. It doesn't taste like plastic either, but I can't really describe it. I've never tasted anything like this before." One man says, "It doesn't taste anything like the beef I've had before. There's no beef flavor at all, and chewing it feels like rubber bands. The taste is just awful, and I ate it and threw up right away." Think the fake beef industry is just a few shady businesses? Nope. This video reveals that fake meat factories source their products from massive industrial suppliers. And trust me, what you see here is nightmare fuel. And maybe it's not just the meat itself. What about the way it's prepared? Factories marinate their meat with who knows what, using questionable broths and seasonings. Just look at this. Seasoning oil floating with a thick, yellowish film? How long has that been sitting there? No wonder animals are saying no. Have you ever seen how plastic rice is made? It's as wild as it sounds. Basically, while plastic is fed into the machine and out comes this dough-like stuff. Then, it gets pushed into another machine where it goes through some weird processes like wire drawing and threading. Yeah, like they are making fishing line, not food. The result? Shiny little grains of plastic rice. And it doesn't stop there. In this video, they pour some unidentified gel-like substance into the machine, and out comes rice. Even those self-heating rice products that got popular recently have their own secrets. Real rice from the supermarket is usually crystal clear with distinct grains. But this stuff, it looks like long, weird strands with tiny bubbles inside. Definitely not what you want in your stir-fry. So, what's really going on here? Turns out, a lot of this rice is actually reconstituted rice. Basically, a mix of rice, wet, and cornstarch with seasonings and additives. They grind it all up, extrude it, and puff it into something that looks like rice. But since most of the nutrients are lost in the process, eating this stuff long-term properly isn't the best idea. Speaking of fake rice, check out this video. Someone actually tried burning this so-called rice to see what would happen. Spoiler! Instead of turning black like normal rice, it melted into the clear, waxy mass. Basically, candle wax with a side of horror. And if that's not enough, there's this new natural purple rice that's been popping up. It's supposed to be the specialty from Northeast China. But weirdly, even people from that region only heard about it in the last few years. Bloggers have been reviewing it. In one video, a guy tries cooking this purple rice and finds out that while it looks fresh at first, the color fades and it ends up sticking together like glue. The texture? Kind of like chewing on rubber bands. Not exactly what you call appetizing. A food investigator exposes how popular desserts, like 1,000-layer durian cakes, are often made without a single trace of real durian. Instead, banana or mango is used, with artificial durian flavoring to trick your taste buds. The same deception applies to cheap chocolate and other premium treats. But hey, let's not forget packaging. In Henan province, a parent buys ice cream for their child only to find a bottle of pesticide inside. And instead of taking responsibility, the company claims it was a warehouse mistake. Right, because nothing says safe food like nearly poisoning a child. In this video, a father buys jelly snacks for his child, only to find that every single piece is as tough as rubber, completely unbreakable. Not only is this not food, but it doesn't even qualify as junk food. The manufacturer? Shameless. The seller? Just as guilty. And let's talk about counterfeit food. Fake rice made from plastic, gutter oil being reused from sewage drains, and seafood injected with toxic chemicals to appear fresher. These are not urban legends, but real, documented issues in China's food industry. This woman bought what she thought was real seafood at the market. Turns out it was made from konjac, a jelly-like plant used to mimic textures. If she wasn't in a rush, she would have reported it. Fake seafood is an entire industry, and people are being scammed every day. What should be soft, fluffy steamed buns turn out to be something else entirely. Instead of a warm, airy texture, these buns have the bounce of rubber and the density of plastic. And this isn't an isolated incident. In recent years, China has seen numerous food safety scandals that have shaken public trust. Remember the 2008 melamine milk scandal? Infant formula was deliberately tainted with melamine, a toxic chemical used in plastics, leading to deaths of 6 babies and causing illness in over 300,000 more. It doesn't stop there. Here's a look at the shockingly unsanitary process of making sponge cakes at a production facility. And this woman is making gyoza by literally stomping onto the ingredients with the booze. Yes, you heard that right. Fake milk and injecting chemicals or water into pork and beef to make them look plumper, just when you thought it couldn't get worse. Take a look at this kitchen getting inspected for food safety standards. It's beyond horrifying. The fridge isn't even cold. Raw meat juices are leaking everywhere, and that's just the beginning. And if that wasn't enough, here's a man casually collecting used cooking oil from trash bins to take back with him. Yes, seriously. In this video, the girl's father thought he was buying fresh pork knuckles, but reality had other plans. These meaty pieces were pumped full of water and glued to appear plump and juicy. But the moment you touch them, the skin cracks and the textures feels rock hard. What's worse, this is still being sold in markets. Even major fast food chains in China haven't been spared. In 2014, an undercover report exposed a supplier that provided spider meat to McDonald's, KFC, and other major brands. Workers were seen reprocessing old, moldy meat and packaging it as fresh. Why does this keep happening? A lack of strict food safety enforcement and rampant corruption in regulatory agencies allows these food safety issues to persist. While China has introduced stricter food safety laws in recent years, enforcement remains a major problem. Many companies cut corners to maximize profits. And when scandals do break out, they often disappear from public discussion within weeks, with little to no real accountability. Meanwhile, consumers are left with few choices. The reliance on mass-produced, highly processed, and chemically preserved food means avoiding this risk is nearly impossible for the average person. So, what's the takeaway? If even animals are refusing to eat this stuff, maybe it's time for us to think twice too. If you're in anywhere that imports questionable processed foods, always check labels, source from trusted suppliers, and if possible, opt for fresh, locally sourced ingredients. I have to admit, Chinese cuisine is legendary. Its flavors are world famous for a reason. But here's the problem. If you're just visiting China for a short trip, avoiding these questionable foods is nearly impossible. You probably end up eating something processed without even realizing it, simply because you can't read the labels. But if you stayed in China long enough, you start to see the bigger picture. You begin to realize how tragic it is that the people producing and selling food are doing this to their own fellow citizens. When profit takes priority over public health, the entire nation suffers. So yeah, this might make you think twice about eating Chinese foods for a while. Thanks so much for watching this video. If you made it this far, let me know in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and I'll see you in the next one.